So let's get ready to make our picks. Jake, who have you got making the playoffs in this district?
Well, I was looking at the starters, of course, to start with. Weslaco East, they have 13 returning starters, but they lost Bobby Gonzalez. So it kind of makes it hard there, but they have an offensive line. They have, a killer off-season program. So it's not easy for me to put them there because Edcouch-Elsa is very good also. But I put Weslaco East there. And Edcouch-Elsa has, I think, the most returning starters out of that district. They've got 9 on offense, 7 on defense. They've got Toscano at running back, and I had Coach Solis on our radio show, and he talked about Toscano, and he also talked about their quarterback, Eric Morales, how they're going to lead that offense. I've got them at number 2. Now we're talking about experience. Mercedes doesn't have a lot of experience on offense. They do on defense, and I think if their defense can play well and hold them in games for the first couple games, they have some tough games. Weslaco early on in the season, I think they'll be fine, and I think they'll be number 3. Now, my biggest question was number 4. All right, and I had Coach Gilpin on the radio show, too. He's a great guy. I love Coach Gilpin, and I'm wondering about their offense. I'm wavering right now. But they've got 2 returning offensive players. One of those players being Adrian Morales, and I don't know if that's all you need, but that's enough experience that I need to put them at number 4. Their defense only has 3 returning defensive starters. So they're going to have to get experience real quick.
So you do have Mission Veterans in
I do. I'm wavering, though, because I'm looking at radio. I hear about their running backs. They're moving to a spread offense, so it could all change, That district's going to have, it could have 3 spread teams vying for the 3 and 4 spot.
What do you got there, Greg?
Well, did you look at my notes? I like Weslaco East simply because that's a program that proved itself last year. Everybody was doubting them, and they came up and they won it. They won 2 playoff games, not won it, but they did what they had to do. There was no more of this. They can't win. They did it. They got a ton of kids back. They got a lot of depth. Let's see who's going to be the Bobby Gonzalez of this year. Is it going to be Aaron Munhia? Who is going to be the horse? They may have 2 or 3 guys that carry the ball quite a bit, from what I understand. Don't underestimate the quarterback over there, Arevalo. He's not a high number kid, but he's been there. He's played in the big games. I think he knows how to win. You don't have to have a lot of numbers to be successful. Other people can have the numbers. I think they're going to win it. I think if they can beat Edcouch. This is a big year for Edcouch. Okay, they were down a little bit. They're 8-4 last year. They won a playoff game. Everybody's starting to fear La Machina again. This is when they got to put another season that's even better right on top of that, and they really will be back to the top of the heap, and nobody's going to mess with them. So they've got a lot of kids. They need to diversify, though, and I know they know that, and I'm not telling them something that, I didn't make this up. I think that if they can throw the ball a little bit with the kids you're talking about, and I believe they can, they're going to be right there. Because that was the only thing I think that kept them from winning some of those games was being able to be more versatile, right? Now, 3rd place, I'm looking at Mercedes. They have some stars on defense. There's something to be said if you're not going to have a ton of experience. If you do have the kids that come back that are really good, that helps. David Gonzalez, there's Escobedo, Vega, the linebackers they have, those are some killers, man. Those are some good football players. To the extent to which the other kids that we never heard of can come and become all-district players, that will determine whether they really are a 3rd-place team or better, or whether they take a step back. I've always liked that coaching staff over there. And I'm not going to be a fool again and pick against Mission Vets. I'm going to pick them to make the playoffs. Adrian Morales was on our All-Valley team preseason, was 2nd team, and he's just a dynamite player. He can run, he can throw, he can do it all. He's going to have to watch this year, I believe, early on, guard against trying to do too much. Right. As the rest of the kids come on in and prove themselves and get comfortable, he's going to have to be more of almost a mentor. And he's not going to have to. He can't throw for 500 yards a game. Of course, if he does, that'd be kind of neat. But you get my point.
Absolutely.
Right? So I think veterans. I think they've got a linebacker over there named is Marco Moreno. Right. He's poised to become one of the better players in the district. So we'll find out. We're going to find out about vets, and history has dictated that never to doubt Gilpin. He'll come up with something somehow. So,
absolutely. All right. Well, I look at it and I say Weslaco East once again. All 3 of us have picked Weslaco. All 3 of us have picked Weslaco East. East side, west side, both strong side as far as I'm concerned. I've got actually a surprise at number 2, gentlemen. Welcome in for the first time in school history, the Roma Gladiators. Yes, if we say that experience counts, then this is an experienced team, only behind Edcouch-Elsa in the amount of returning starters. They finished so strong last year and had the big upsets at the end of the year. And it's unbelievable what Coach Heibecker has built out there in Starr County. It really is. And I've got Roma coming in at number 2 in the district. They are going, I don't know, maybe I've ruined the surprise, but they're going to surprise some teams. I'm telling you about it. They definitely will.
That's an interesting pick, Clay. You know, I mean, they're explosive.
They are.
There are some points.
Isaac Martinez might be, the second best quarterback in that district behind Adrian Morales.
You know what they got going for them is that it's nice to have an us against the world mentality. If you've never made it, then you can make a real program and a theme out of making it for the first time. That's a very good motivational tool, you know. Man, if you make that pick, I'm gonna shake you. I mean, if that pick comes in, I'll shake your hand.
It's a gutsy pick. My question is, will they be able to win the big games when they actually know that this is a playoff caliber team I'm playing and I'm playing to get into the playoffs?
Yeah, what happens when they play Edcouch-Elsa, when they play Weslaco East, when they play Mission Veterans who's been there before? Heck, when they play their Starr County rival in Rio Grande City, what happens there? We'll see what happens, but I believe that this is the year that Roma breaks through. All right, so there's our look at District 32-4A. We are coming right back on Countdown to Kickoff. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.